Oh god. Dream versus TommyInnit. Situation is crazy by internet anarchist. I'm scared. Because the only things I really know is Dream harassed Tommy's mom, but Tommy's mom wasn't really harassed. Then Dream tries to make it seem that like TommyInnit was like strict in some wasn't some like investigation by Coffeezilla. It is just really a muddy situation. Let's just get into it.
From having the fastest growing channel on YouTube at one point, to kickstarting one of the most
And then bro showing his face.
popular SMPs in Minecraft history, Dream has shattered countless records in his relatively short career. But judging by the way things are going, it won't be long before he sets yet another record. This time for having the most controversies tied to a single creator. Dream is a controversy magnet, and once again, he's caught up in even more drama. And just like his previous clash with Quackity, he's beefing with yet another one of his former friends, TommyInnit. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be diving into the public feud.
God, I hate that it happens twice. I'm gonna fix that for tomorrow. I promise I will fix that for tomorrow. I hate it.
Between Dream and TommyInnit. How it seemingly started with a meme Dream shared on his Twitter, but in reality, the drama had been brewing in the background for much longer than anyone realized. And while this is quite heartbreaking for everyone who loved watching the two work together in the past, the internet at large is treating this as nothing more than soap opera level entertainment. And as we'll later see in the video, the Dream and TommyInnit drama has already turned into a meme. But let's take a step back and—
So it's pretty much just like a soap opera. Let's see who wins, Gumball or him. Yeah, wasn't like their entire situation with like the voice actor for Gumball? Oh no. Yeah, Dream again, yes. I don't know if you'll explain why Tommy and Dream is no longer friends, become foes, and Dream response videos over 100k dislikes. Good god.
start from the beginning. And oddly enough, the drama didn't even involve Dream at first. It was actually between Tommy and Mizkif. It all started when Tommy uploaded the end-of-year episode of his podcast with Jack Manifold. In this episode, the two are talking about their many experiences in 2024, while also giving out awards for things like the favorite person or most improved friend. Nothing too remarkable. But then, around 23 minutes into the episode, the conversation shifted to the topic of the worst person they'd met in 2024, and no one could have predicted the person Tommy would mention for this award.
All right,
the worst person I met award.
Oh, for me, it's so easy.
Go on.
Mizkif.
What?
Why make a award for that? Is it just me, or is this kind of stupid and creates unnecessary drama? Like, why do that? Like, why do that? What's the point? I guess views and money, but aside from that, what's the point? That's like really stupid. Huh?
What caught everyone off guard even more was how harsh Tommy was when describing his encounter with Mizkif.
Anyway, I had to stand next to him for a bit, and I've never just genuinely hated every word and movement someone did. I also was very tired and wanted to see my friends. I didn't get to see my friends. I got to see Mizkif, socially inept Mizkif. He wouldn't leave me alone when I clearly was giving off all the signals for him to piss off. And I kept sort of going, and standing this way, and then he'd stand there and go, eh.
That doesn't make Tommy really look good, to be fair. You have a mouth. You can speak. Drop your balls. Tell him that you don't want to talk to him. Would be better than just coming to onto a video of somebody or like podcast or what it is and say that he's the worst person you ever met. What an unnecessary drama.
He asked me another question.
A clip of this segment went viral on Twitter and eventually reached Mizkif, who responded in a similarly scathing manner.
When I was talking to TommyInnit, he was probably one of the most insufferable people that I've ever talked to in my life. When I was sitting there waiting for Masayoshi to pop up, TommyInnit is just standing there like a complete prick and looking like such a jackass I'm trying to just sit there and wait for Masayoshi. I say hello to him, and he gives me the rudest stare you could ever imagine. I'm like, what is your fucking problem? What the hell did I do to you, you stupid British fuck?
As the drama between
Yo, are you British, mate? You stupid British man. Bro really said that.
the two became more widespread, more and more creators started reacting to the original clip and Mizkif's response online. This also included XQC, who didn't back either side and labeled both Tommy and Mizkif as cringe.
Okay. Well, these guys are all cringe, sorry.
As a response, Tommy tweeted the following: "To be more cringe than TommyInnit is pretty fucking hard, but you pulled it off, pal," alongside a picture of XQC shaking hands with Donald Trump. XQC then responded with a tweet clapping back at Tommy, stating, "From doing streams in my basement to doing a live stream with the president. How is that a diss? You went from writing Dream for a living to making jokes to teenage girls. Lock in."
Where did that come from? What does he mean, teenage girls? I'm scared. But I mean, hey, from streaming to your from your basement to doing a live stream with the president, is that really cringe? Can we consider this cringe? I mean, that's kind of impressive, regardless.
That's when Dream stepped into the spotlight and ignited yet another controversy with a single tweet. He replied to XQC's post with a now deleted meme, showing the two potential futures for former Dream SMP stans, which included growing up or becoming a retarded TommyInnit fan. It's unclear if he
Still a wild meme to post. I do not condone this type of behavior, but I understand. First time I agreed with XQC. Do you already feel dirty? Do you feel like you need to take a shower already?
he tweeted this without much thought, or if he genuinely believed it was a good response to the situation, but a series of comments on his subreddit perfectly summarized the dilemma, with the first comment reading, "What possessed him to tweet that?" as well as, "It literally did not need his involvement, much less this involvement. I'm flabbergasted." Regardless of his intentions, however, the internet
So there's this pool of toxicity and cringeness. And Dream just walks by, looks at it, and says, "Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna take a dip." So bro was originally, now I have more context, bro was originally not even involved. Not even a little bit. And then he said, "Yeah, let's do it."
internet's response to this was overwhelmingly negative. Even those who didn't care much about his use of the R-word jumped onto the opportunity to clown on Dream, just for the fun of it. That's
I'll be real, I don't care if you call somebody a retard, I don't care. I don't care. As I feel the filth and the speed. I'll be completely honest, I don't care all that much. If you wanna... At least only call them it if they actually deserve it. If they actually deserve it, then I don't care. Like, I had somebody... Like, remember the Finnish guy? That was a retard.
said, if left alone, this controversy would have vanished from the internet in a couple of days. But before that could happen, Tommy decided to go nuclear and uploaded an entire video on the topic simply titled Dream. He opened the video by addressing the elephant in the room.
Basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur.
Before going into more detail about why Dream's use of the R-word is problematic. His audience fully agreed with this response, with a commenter stating, "As a disabled person myself, specifically autism, it hurts so effing much to have people call me and others the R-slur. It's so effed up, and it makes me really happy to have a..."
I don't care. You know why? I've been called. I've been called by a person in a literal wheelchair a retard. Nothing can shock me anymore. Nothing.
A content creator that's a big part of my life and I look up to, stand up to speak about it. I love that you aren't shying away from it. You were calling him out for this because it's really not okay. Thank you, Tommy. More importantly, Dream's own fans were also in complete agreement with Tommy, especially since Dream had spoken out against the use of the word retard in previous tweets, reading, "I don't personally support using the word retard. I feel enough people find it offensive that if you're a content creator, you should phase it out of your vocabulary." This made him look like the biggest hypocrite, someone who—
Nah. If you want to say it, say it. Though probably, since a lot of your community is probably children, you should probably delete it from your vocabulary in general. Because you're surrounded by kids, which obviously then it's different.
used the word to virtual signal to others, but when he wanted to insult the intelligence of someone else's fan base, this was the only word that came to mind. That being said, this wasn't the only thing Tommy wanted to talk about in his video. He came in loaded and started accusing Dream and his friends of various other offenses, like talking about his time in the Dream SMP and how Dream made him feel inferior after giving him some YouTube advice.
4 years ago, you were awful to me. When I was 16, you gave me YouTube advice, and you held that over my head for years. You didn't treat me like an equal, and you made me feel—
Yeah, I hate that. You help a person, you get helped by a person once, and now they constantly use it to blackmail you into helping them. I hate it. I hate it. I would only care if the person that used it actually is meaning to insult a disabled person for being disabled. Yeah, stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Stuff like that makes sense. Because then you're actually targeting somebody who because of that reason, right? That makes sense.
feel small.
Tommy called him out for being an alleged sexist who allegedly badmouths women behind the scenes.
And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
He also mentioned the time that Dream allegedly harassed his mother while she was going through a divorce.
You harassed my mum.
And like the problem is like with the talking behind, like being like sexist behind the screens is like, or behind the scenes is like, do you have proof for that?
She was going through a divorce, the worst time of her life. You tried to harm the relationship between me and my mum.
So you're saying she's a single mom? I should have not. Nah, I'm sorry.
And if we weren't best friends, with the shit that you were saying, you probably could have really harmed that mate. You are like a proper movie villain.
And while he didn't offer any context to support this accusation, the proof is out there, and we'll dive into this a bit later. Now, given Tommy's prior reputation as an obnoxiously loud Minecraft streamer, many assumed that his response to Dream would be full of angry shouting, but instead, most viewers considered his video to be mature and relatively level-headed when considering the prior content he got famous of. However, he would end the video in a way which was relatively cringe by preaching to Dream to get off the internet and go to therapy.
I really hope you're not a genuine bad person with a bad heart. But mate, you need to get off the internet now. Go and get some therapy. Spend some time around your loved ones. Go on a walk. Look after yourself. You being an arsehole right now doesn't mean you will be one forever.
However, this still raises an important question. Why now? Why did Tommy suddenly go into so much detail about Dream's past wrongdoings when the issue was initially just about his use—
And why didn't he provide any proof? Like, I always hate when like these big creators like go out and make like these videos, right? But they are never able to show any proof. Like, give me something that like proves that this person is the person that you say they are. I always hate this. I would love to see proof
of the R word. But that's the thing, this wasn't sudden. As I briefly mentioned earlier, Tommy's animosity for Dream has been brewing in the background for a long time. More importantly, he isn't alone in this sentiment either, and we can see hints of this in some of his recent content, like in November of 2024 when Tommy invited Filza to his podcast, who was also a member of the Dream SMP back in the day. In a Patreon exclusive section of the episode, Tommy, Jack and Filza spent nearly 10 minutes discussing the toxic side of Dream behind the scenes, with the trio at one point mentioning that there was no shortage of red flags they should have noticed before things got out of hand.
There were red flags to begin with.
Oh, they
that
were
we could have
everywhere.
seen.
They were literally everywhere.
If
only-
only someone could have
If
told
only
me.
someone close to you was saying the entire time, this guy doesn't seem like my
He
favorite
has
kind
your
of
best
guy.
interests at heart.
They also recounted an instance where Dream got into an argument with Tommy, and instead of dealing with the issue like a reasonable person, he brought out Tommy's YouTube statistics to show how much his SMP has helped with Tommy's online career.
I don't know if this is real or not. Is he joking?
He like pulled up your like social blade and like circled it. It was like
It was
like,
mad, wasn't
quoting
it?
numbers
Yeah.
and shit. It was really weird.
From what I saw, you were memeing. Then he took it too serious.
Oh.
So bro pulled out the stats. Okay, and circling. This is because of me. This is because of me. This is because of me. Interesting.
I would never speak to a 16-year-old.
Yeah, imagine like a child came up to you, like made a little joke, and you were like, "I made you. Look at all these numbers. Here's where I got involved." What a prick, man.
It's like, yeah, it is weird.
I hate him. No, I seriously hate him. I'll just say it. I fucking hate the guy.
Yeah, get it off your chest, man.
You know, it's been years. It's been years. I'll just say it. I fucking hate him. I always have.
In other words, Tommy had plenty to say about Dream already, and this tweet just became the trigger for him to air out the dirty laundry. Which brings us to Dream's somewhat lackluster response to the whole controversy, starting from the first statement he posted soon after receiving backlash for his tweet. After deleting his tweet, Dream went onto his sub.
Also, I have to say that once again, if you say these things, just have proof. If you don't have proof, don't say it, because how are you supposed to, like, how are people supposed to believe you if you don't show any proof?
Reddit and posted a comment attempting to explain his reasoning for using the R word, which essentially boiled down to, if others get away with saying it, then why can't he? He commented, genuinely still confused on what the quote rules are. Honestly, not trying to be obtuse. Multiple people go viral calling me the R word, and everyone explains that it's okay because they're neurodivergent. So then I see a meme that uses it and post it and get absolutely throttled for it. Obviously, it's the internet being disingenuous, but that doesn't completely invalidate anyone that might be upset by it. Most of the people calling me ableist for using it are the same people that lit off fireworks when Nicholas Cantu was the slur-slinging slasher, including Tommy's closest friends. It's either okay or it's not okay. The double standards are infuriating. He then went on to talk about how he has an issue with Tommy being the quote, internet plebe.
It's okay as long as it isn't meant as a genuine insult towards people that are disabled or have any mental health issues. Then I think then I don't care, realistically, as long as it's not used to hurt somebody because they are disabled or have anything like that. Then yeah, as long as it's not used for that, I'm okay with it. I don't care.
Even though he's willingly keeping Toxic Dream SMP fans around to boost his own success. And as you might imagine, this was not received well by anyone. Tommy's mother also responded to this in a tweet reading, "Couldn't be asked getting involved, there's no ambiguity about using the R slur." Then I saw the bit about being autistic, which really f***ed me off. Being autistic and being an ableist prick are two completely different things. His attempt at justifying his actions made the backlash even worse, resulting in him deleting the comment and moving on to his next plan. On the same day, Dream would go live discussing his side of things in more detail, while also going over the history of Dream SMP, how things ended, and what the dynamics were behind the scenes. Unfortunately for Dream, this made the already bad situation even worse. However, this wasn't because of anything he said during the stream. Instead, the backlash grew stronger when, at one point, he shared screenshots of his old DMs with Tommy, something Tommy had specifically asked him not to do in the past. This led to Tommy going back on Twitter and posting, "I just want very famous YouTubers I liked when I was 16 to stop leaking DMs of me being a bit awkward. Is that too much to ask?"
Can we stop leaking DMs if they have nothing to do with the entire situation itself? Because the way I see it, this had nothing to do with it. I thought the video were made by a firm or AI, or both, for internet anarchists. No, that man is apparently doing them by himself. Or at least the voice is not AI. I'm gonna delete your DMs, Dux. I don't even have DMs with you.
This only made Dream look bad, and nullified any effort he put into his stream to explain himself, with one person writing, "If you're still leaking DMs from years ago, it says more about you than the other person." That same day, Tommy uploaded his Dream video, bringing the drama to YouTube and kickstarting the insanity that it's become since. But that was only the beginning, because just 2 days later, Dream posted his response to Tommy's video on his own channel, titled, "I'm sorry, but not to TommyInnit." He opened up the video by apologizing for the tweet that started this whole mess.
"I posted a meme on Twitter that used the R word, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, genuinely. I think it's important to acknowledge right off."
No, you aren't. No, you aren't. Be honest. No, you aren't. You are not sorry. You are not a little innocent boy who is a little sorry. You posted this. You mended. Stop apologizing. It would be so refreshing if a creator causes drama by saying a slur and just says, "Yes, I said that slur. Yes, I mended. So I'm not gonna apologize for it because I genuinely don't feel sorry." That would be way more refreshing. Why am I unhinged content creators?
The bat, that's not right. That's not how you should behave. I shouldn't have done it. Period.
Given the amount of backlash from all corners of the internet, this was the more reasonable approach to defuse the situation, especially compared to his previous attempt at trying to justify his actions on Reddit. He then followed this up with another reasonable point, essentially calling out Tommy and his friends for continuing to label him as a PDF file even after the allegations were proven false.
"When I had false allegations made about me, it was one of the hardest times of my life, and you and your friends decided that after I went through the hell of debunking them, that you would continue to spread, joke about, and support these lies. Don't."
And here, once again, I'm gonna straight up say it. Stop throwing that word around if there's no proof. Please, stop. Stop. We have desensitized society so much towards words like pedo, homophobe, transphobe, bigot, Nazi, communist. Like, these words have meaning. How about we actually, like, focus on the meaning of the words again?
Don't believe me that you've been doing this? Let's just hear your own best friend confirm that this has been happening.
I get why he might be mad about the lies. That group being like, he's a pedophile all the time, which again, I don't like. In
the eyes of most people, this is obviously wrong. It not only makes the internet believe Dream is actually a PDF file, but it also diminishes the seriousness of the label for those who have actually truly been convicted of this terrible crime. Put simply, there's no excuse for Tommy or anyone to treat this massive allegation as nothing more.
There's no proof it's EDP behind the mask. I won't goon over Dream, but it's true. Yes, Eclipse, what is it?
More than a joke at the expense of Dream. Another point Dream brought up was Tommy calling his merch lazy, to which he responded by mentioning the massive merch scam Tommy fell for, resulting in his viewers losing tens of thousands of dollars.
Fortunately, that company also scammed a bunch of his viewers, and multiple of his creator friends got scammed and literally never got paid, and the company went bankrupt.
The biggest creators in the world are at the center of a scam, and I don't know if I should talk about it.
Some have been defrauded, others are associated, and most are plain embarrassed.
This is actually true and was investigated by CoffeeZilla.
So far, so good. Unfortunately, this is where Dream's response began to fall apart, somehow leaving him in an even worse position than before he uploaded the video. You see, Dream tried to discredit all of Tommy's allegations and statements.
Hey Sway, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. The fake screenshot. Yeah.
With counter-arguments. However, many of these counter-arguments turned out to be either misguided or outright false. For instance, when discussing the amount of effort Tommy puts into his videos, Dream had this to say about his editor's situation.
"I edit my own videos. I'm sure Tommy can knock out videos pretty quick because at one point he had a literal editor sweatshop where his editors made less than minimum wage, and we're also getting fans to edit the videos for free for them. But to each their own. Everyone has a different style of YouTube. I don't get the high and mighty.
However, soon after this video came out, many of Tommy's editors started coming out on Twitter to disprove Dream's claims. According to them, the editing team was always compensated well with above market rates. Worst of all, these editors also caught Dream cropping and merging different screenshots to fabricate evidence for his claims. Like, at one point in his video, Dream showed a screenshot of one of the editors talking about, quote, getting Tommy Stans to do like rough cuts for him or something. For context, Dream is alleging that Tommy asked for free edits from his fans. But here's the thing, he conveniently cut out the very next sentence where the person clarified they didn't actually go through with it, suggesting
Bro is lying through his teeth. Wow. Wow. What a moron. What a moron.
it was just a random idea. But even this pales in comparison to Dream's response to the sexism allegations. In his video, Dream dismissed those allegations because Tommy didn't provide any evidence to back his claim.
And you and your friends' references and the way you talk about women behind the scenes has been so sexist too. Shame on you guys.
I don't even know what this is about. You don't provide any context or evidence to what you're saying. You're mad that I criticized your friends in a 3-hour-long live stream with screenshots and receipts of their not so good behavior, so you just make stuff up about my friends?
That might seem like a fair point, except multiple other creators have also called out Dream and his circle for sexist and allegedly misogynistic behavior, like Connor Eats Pants, who uploaded a video featuring Elmo from the Muppet.
That's a chow! Children! Mentioned! Throw them! Face reveal? Never.
Muppets TV show, and when the discussion turned towards Dream, this is what he had to say.
I don't really want to get into it, Elmo. I mean, I guess like the best way I could put it, like imagine if like Big Bird like was just like not chill sometimes and like wasn't really like a good friend and like sometimes like
Emma does not have to imagine. I totally understand.
Yeah, is Big Bird sometimes rude to girls?
Big Bird's always rude to women on set.
Yeah, basically that was it. But bygones be bygones, water under the bridge, you know, moving on.
More recently, Ludwig also talked about why he didn't do a video covering Dream's The Truth video, and his reason was that Dream called one of his friends a whore.
But the real reason I didn't want to do it is what he brought up. You know, he called one of my friends a whore.
And even though these accounts aren't definitive proof,
I mean, okay. Like, the amount of times I've been called an F word. Or worse. Like, okay, great, wow. Wonderful. I don't think calling somebody a whore makes them specifically, what's the word? Sexist. Or take your meds. You can't make me! You can't make me! The government can't make me! My parents can't make me! My friends can't make me! My dog can't make me! Nobody can. Even I myself can't. Child needs its yeeting. Throw the kid at the mountain.
They still hint at a potentially dark reality behind Dream's on-camera persona. Lastly, Dream also tried to disprove Tommy's claims that he harassed Tommy's mother while she was going through a divorce. For some context, back in
The thing with the sexism is that, once again, it is not on Dream to disprove that he is sexist. That he isn't that he is sexist. Or isn't. It's on Tommy and everyone else accusing him of proving that he is. It's always important to realize that it is the one who makes allegations need to prove that these allegations are true.
August of 2023, Tommy uploaded a skit in which he made fun of several popular YouTubers, including Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and of course, Dream.
Yes, it's done! A Minecraft server to combine multiple communities, my communities together, and bring the world together. This is an amazing idea!
Hey, I don't like that idea. It's actually my idea, not yours.
This Dream section was about his beef with Quackity. However, Dream stans assumed that Tommy was being an ableist and making fun of his stutter, so they started attacking him on Twitter, only to get replies from Tommy's mother trying to defend her son. After seeing this, Dream sent her a long text on Twitter, which is what Tommy was talking about in his video. Now, Dream claims that this was completely innocent and in good faith.
I sent her this singular message on Twitter, letting her know that I didn't agree with my fans that Tommy's portrayal of my stutter was ableist, but also letting her know that I didn't like the rest of the video because it was causing additional harassment for me that I was already getting because this was at the peak of the allegation.
However, a closer look at this text shows that he accused Tommy of being quote dishonest, cruel, and very hurtful. And while Dream likely didn't know the stress she was under due to her ongoing divorce, this text can still look like a complaint with a threatening undertone rather than consolation. If Dream was truly concerned about her facing harassment from his fans, wouldn't it have made more sense to post a tweet asking them to back off, rather than sending her a private message listing everything wrong her son has done? To summarize,
I still wouldn't call that harassment though. I don't consider it harassment. It's a singular message. For harassment, like he would constantly need to do something. That's just my view though.
Dream's response video was a complete failure, something that's evident from the like to dislike ratio, especially compared to the mostly positive reception of Tommy's video. After posting his response, Dream made one more attempt at damage control by doing a stream with Tubbo. He was likely hoping to gain the support of one of Tommy's friends. Unfortunately, this was just as big of a disaster as his response video. Tubbo didn't hold back. He pressed Dream on a part of the video where he claimed Tommy's merch was made by child laborers.
Tommy went with a merch company that actually had some really cool designs, with some very hardworking child laborers to make it possible.
What you say in the video is Tom worked with a merch company that did child labor, and his merchandise is produced with child labor, and you have not shown any proof of that, which is defamation.
This only made things worse, fueling the controversy even further. That said, the internet—
I mean, everything, like, both, I bet they could both sue each other for defamation. I can almost guarantee it.
Reaction to this entire drama has been interesting to say the least. People on the internet have split into two distinct camps. First of which is the side that's taking this very seriously. They're treating it like any other YouTube controversy and are fussing over every detail to find the truth. And while there is some support for Dream, especially in places like his own subreddit, the vast majority of people are backing Tommy in this feud, or at least that was the case until Tommy shattered all that support with a single bad decision. As I was writing this video, he uploaded a new episode of his podcast with Jack, titled An Eventful Week, clearly hinting at his ongoing clash with Dream. Tens of thousands of fans immediately clicked onto the video to get the latest update, only to be disappointed beyond belief. Tommy deliberately removed his actual discussion of the drama from the YouTube upload, only to lock it behind a paywall on Patreon. And this made some more people angry at Tommy.
Oh, is he now farming it for money? By putting it on Patreon? What a stupid move.
Tommy than every Dream response combined, with one tweet writing, "TommyInnit is the biggest scumbag in existence. People click on your free podcast episode as you clickbait them into thinking you're speaking about Dream. Then to not talk about Dream, but instead tell people that if they want to hear about that, they have to go to your Patreon." Then there's the second camp, which includes people who are simply exhausted by the endless Minecraft YouTuber drama cycle, with comments like, "Massive news for the unemployed," poking fun at the absurdity of it all. For them, this beef
Massive news for the unemployed. Based.
is nothing more than soap opera entertainment. The whole thing is turned into a massive meme, mocking just how irrelevant Minecraft YouTuber drama is in the grand scheme of things. That being said, some people are simply wondering why this needs to be a massive online fight anyway. A private phone call would have been a far more productive way to resolve these issues. Instead, they're needlessly airing out their dirty laundry to the public, acting like children, and ultimately hurting both of their reputations in the process. This could escalate into something much bigger if either side manages to present more compelling evidence, but as the feud stands right now, it's still creating a huge divide in the Minecraft community. On top of that, Tommy locking his response behind a paywall could easily backfire, potentially shifting public opinion in Dream's favor. It's a clear attempt to cash in on the controversy, and it might not sit well with viewers who feel they deserve transparency. Who knows, maybe one of them will end up like Illuminati.
Not really. That's the end of the video. For me, this looks like a homeless man calls another homeless man broke. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know, this is really just weird. No side can definitely show evidence. One side gets disproved. It's like, who is this drama for? I think it's just a money farm at that point.